So I wrote more than 30 essays, which got me accepted into 10 universities in the United States with more than $80,000 in scholarships. And not only that, I also have an online business, which I have to write emails, professional emails every day. I also practice journaling every day. So I write my goals, my dreams, what I'm thinking, pages and pages every day. And I do all this as a no native English speaker. Look, I was in the same position that you are right now. I didn't know how to write that well, but because of these 5 techniques that I'm gonna show you, I transformed my writing and I was able to do all these things that I just told you. So I'm gonna show you how you can improve your writing with these 5 techniques and also how to be more creative. Did you know that writing is one of the most important skills? Not reading, not speaking, and not listening. We usually don't give writing a lot of importance, but if you master this skill, you will be better in all the other skills, and not only that, you will change your life in so many ways. This will work like a charm for essays, emails, journaling, or anything else, even if you want to write a book in English one day. The first one is not complicated at all, and it's one of the most important ones to start. This isn't just about journaling. It's about immersing yourself in the details of your daily life and expressing them in English. Imagine you are a painter, but instead of using a brush, you're gonna use words to paint pictures in your journal. For example, when you write, don't just say, I went to the park. You have to describe it. For example, talk about the vibrant green of the grass, the crisp, fresh scent of the air, the laughter of children playing in the distance, and how the cool breeze brushed against your skin. Here's why it's so powerful. It forces you to pay attention to the world around you and find the right words to capture those moments. This practice allows you to express your thoughts more clearly and expands your vocabulary. It's like a workout for your brain, sharpening your observation skills and your ability to express those observations in English. So let me share a quick personal story. So when I started descriptive journaling, I would write about my morning routine. So at first, it was really simple. I made a coffee, but soon it evolved into something much richer. I brewed a steamed cup of coffee, the aroma filling the kitchen as the sunlight streamed through the window, casting a warm glow on the wooden countertop. This simple change transformed my writing and made it more engaging. So here's a challenge for you. Before you go to bed, take 10 minutes to write about your day in as much detail as possible. Focus on using all your senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. And then come back and share one of your descriptive sentences in the comments below. I'm gonna try to read all of them and make sure to bring your daily life alive with words. Now this one might sound a little bit unusual at first, but trust me, it's incredibly effective. Think of it as having a conversation with a friend, but the friend, it's you. Here's how it works. Try to imagine a different scenario. Like, for example, you are in a restaurant or whatever it might be, meeting someone at a party or talking about a topic that you are passionate about. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna write both sides of the conversation. This is gonna help you practice thinking in English and responding to different scenarios. So when I started doing this, I would try to write about a movie that I just watched it to a friend, or try to explain a new idea that I had to a friend as well. At first it felt a little bit awkward, and you might feel like that at the beginning, but soon I noticed that I have made a huge progress and my ability to respond and think in English improved dramatically. So the reason why this technique is so powerful is because it makes you think on the spot. It prepares you for real life conversations, so you have to kind of come up with something at the moment. It's gonna help you improve how fast you respond, and also gonna make you more confident with the flow of how English is spoken in real life. To make this a little bit more engaging, let's do a quick exercise. Think about a situation that you would need to use English. For example, it could be anything: introducing yourself, asking for directions, ordering food. Now try to write it out, a short dialogue for that situation. I'm gonna give you examples so you can get started. For example, you could say, "Hi, I'd like to order a coffee, please." "Sure, what kind of coffee would you like?" "I'll have a latte, please. And can you add an extra shot of espresso?" "Absolutely. Would you like any sugar or syrup in that?" "No, thank you. That will be all." That's all you need, especially in the beginning. If you do that every day, try to always be consistent and practice every day, then you can actually make things more harder along the way. You will see incredible results not only in your writing, but also in your speaking too. Now, this method involves setting specific limits on your writing. And even though it might sound restrictive, it's actually a fantastic way to boost your creativity and precision. Here's how it works. You're gonna have certain rules on your writing when you trying this method. For example, you can limit yourself to only write a sentence with 50 words, or you can write a story only with words that start with the letter S. So this limitation is gonna force yourself to think outside of the box. So it's gonna be way harder for you to write things instead of just write any other thing. So you have to be creative and you gotta think outside of the box. Otherwise, you're never gonna be able to write 10 words in a row that starts with the letter S. There's no way. You're gonna have to really pay attention and really focus to do that. And it's really, really powerful. I remember when I first tried to use this method, I challenged myself to write a story using only one syllable words. At first it seemed impossible, but it made me think carefully about each word that I choose. But in the end, it's actually really fun, and the results is kind of good, to be honest with you. If you really focus and you kind of create these rules and you kind of write it down the way that you actually can, you're gonna be able to have this crazy writing pieces that is gonna be amazing to look at it and kind of reflect what you actually did. So it's gonna help you be much more creative and express your ideas way better. And by the way, this is not only gonna improve your writing, but also your communication skills, because you have to come up with these things really fast. So it's really effective for communication skills, because what most people actually suffer from is actually trying to express themselves at the moment. So when you talk to someone in person, it's really hard. So this is gonna help you actually exercise this kind of skill that is gonna be really effective and powerful. And just to give you an example, this is how it works. For example, let's try to describe your favorite place in just 30 words. My favorite place is a cozy shop with warming lighting, the aroma of fresh coffee, soft music playing, and comfy chairs where I can relax and read for hours. So you can just play around with this. You can be creative and try to do that every day. And if you do that every day, your writing skills are gonna improve a lot, and it's actually really fun. This is one of my favorite methods because it combines creativity with keeping the writing short. So it's gonna help you convey powerful stories in just a few words. So flash fiction is just about writing very short stories, usually under 100 words. This technique forces you to focus only on the essential things. Every word counts, and you learn to communicate your ideas clearly and concisely. So essentially the goal is to involve emotion, character, and all these other things in a very short story. So for example, she opened the old box, revealing a dust letter. As she read, tears fell. It was from her grandfather, written before he passed, filled with advice and love she needed now. So in just a few sentences, you can convey a complete scene, evoke emotions, and tell a story that resonates with you and with other people. So this method is really powerful because it makes you kind of come up with complex ideas, and actually it's gonna make you more creative as well. And it's kind of different from the others because with this technique, you actually create some masterpieces that is actually gonna make you feel proud of yourselves, because it's more about storytelling, and it's gonna be more of a story. So it's similar to a book, for example. It's really short stories that you read, and it just makes you feel a little bit of emotion because it's so well written, and even though you're gonna make mistakes at the first time, you're gonna get better every day, and that's gonna make you improve your writing really, really, really fast. And as you improve, you're gonna see that you're gonna be able to write stories that is actually pretty good and fun to read. So this method is all about adding depth and complicity to your writing by layering different elements of languages on top of each other. It's like building a multi-layered cake, and each layer adds flavor and richness to the writing. For example, instead of just writing "the sky is blue," I would layer with more creativity and detail. The sky was a brilliant azure dotted with fluffy white clouds that drifted lazily in the gentle breeze. And I know what you think, this is really hard to write. And I'm not telling you to write these words. You just have to write the things that you know. And then as you go on, you're gonna improve and improve every day. And eventually one day you're gonna be able to write these things and it's going to impress you because you work really hard for this. In the beginning, of course, you're not gonna be able to write these hard words because it's really, really hard. Even native speakers are not able to write these words sometimes. So I'm not telling you to write words like this. Just keep it simple, but try to be more creative instead of just writing. For example, the sky is blue. You can write more things than that for sure. So let me share another example. Instead of saying she was happy, you can say her eyes sparkled with joy and a radiant smile spread across her face as she danced around the room. See how much alive and engaging it sounds. So the next time that you try to write something, try to be more specific and sophisticated with your words. And I'm not telling you to write these kind of words. Just try to be the best that you can, and that is enough. All these methods, if you implement them every day, I guarantee you it's gonna make you more creative and you're gonna improve your writing. There's no way that you're not gonna improve your writing if you do that every day. And you can use all these different methods for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes every day. So in total, you're gonna spend like 30 minutes writing something, and you can divide your time within the 30 minutes. So like, for example, you can use this method for 5 minutes, the other method for 10 minutes, another one for more 10 minutes. So whatever you like, you can divide these methods for like 30 minutes. Whatever the time you're gonna spend writing, trying to improve your writing, whatever you like, you can divide your time with these different methods. And I want you to remember this, that mistakes are normal. You're gonna make a lot of them. And don't be afraid to write something just because you know there will be some words that you don't know how to spell correctly. Because every day, if you try, you're gonna get better, and soon you will see all the hard work paying off. I guarantee you that. Because if I went through it and I improved, you can as well. I really hope you found this valuable, and I really hope you implement this and take massive action, because if you just watch this, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna change. So thank you so much for watching, and I see you soon.